welcome to Friday Nights with Emma. Yeah, we don't have much room tonight because somebody has taken up most of the table. Yeah, Monsieur Link. We'll give you a minute to join. I'm just going to start. Oh, I'll wait. Ooh, what I can do is show you this. That's what I want to show tonight. Pas anymore.
Elaine asks, are we all better?
Yes. Just about. I'd say 95%. There's still a bit of congestion. But we're not feeling ill. Are we, my love?
Not in body. Margaret is watching.
Hi, Margaret.
And Terry is watching.
Oh, hi, Terry.
Lorna is watching.
Hi, Lorna. Hi, all. Yes, this is what I'm going to show you. Probably tonight.
Catherine.
Hi, Catherine. Probably have to go on till next week as well because I don't think I'll be able to get it all done. But this is it. This is a version of it. Little girl.
Angela.
Dress.
Elaine says that's good.
Hi.
Angie.
Hi, Angie. Yeah, it's super simple. And it's very forgiving as well, so you don't have to worry about fit so much.
Christine from Glasgow.
Hi, Christine. Oh, well, that was actually made out of jersey, so it's a bit stretchy, but this one is made out of woven. So this is one I'll be sewing up. Oh, hi, Kate. And it only takes 1.5 meters of fabric. So it's one of those that if you have some really lovely, pretty fabrics for a little girl's dress, this is supposed to be a size 8. But I don't think that's going to fit an 8-year-old. I'm making it for my 6-year-old granddaughter. So I haven't quite finished that because I need to finish the neckline and put some elastic in.
Christine asks, are you better now?
Yes, thank you. Much better. Just a little bit congestion. Sorry, Murder Mittens is playing with the curtains. But other than that, we are fine. So this is the pattern. There's literally 4 pieces to cut out. If you want to find it, it's not one of my patterns, but it is on Etsy. And it is called the, I don't know if you can see this, the Mocha Nyla Raglan Dress. And it comes supposedly sizes, it says 3 years. Yeah, 3 years to 10 years old, but I don't think it would fit a 10-year-old. I don't know. I may be wrong. It may fit as a top, but I don't think it would be a dress.
Sandy is watching, and she hopes Sandy. We're both better.
Thank you. Yes, much better this week. So yeah, so the pattern is you download it as a PDF and then you print it out on your own. So it'll print it out at home rather. The only part I found tricky was matching up the edges. If you had a what do I want to say? Lights. What was those lights called? Those lights.
What, the light box?
Light box. There you go. A light box. Then it would help. But it still works because it's a quite forgiving. It doesn't have to be exact. It's a quite forgiving pattern. So those are the 4 pieces. You've got a front and a back, which you can't fold. This I think is the front. And this is the back.
Diamond is watching.
Oh, hi Shirley. And then 2 sleeves. Now these are not cut on the fold because the back is longer than the front, but you do have to make these mirror image. So you don't have to make sure you cut them so that you've got a mirror image. If you layer the fabric up and do it double, so you've got either backs facing or fronts facing, then you will be able to cut it out correctly without having to worry about it. And then a ruffle, so basically rectangles for the ruffle at the bottom. And then I have cut, it does say bias tape, but I've actually cut some bias strips from the same fabric.
Christine says good evening to us both. Where has January gone?
I know.
11 more paychecks to Christmas.
Well, Christmas is all you this year. Michael said he is taking care of Christmas this year. So the first thing I'm going to do actually is hem the sleeve. Sleeves. Let's see, make sure. Oh, I got this all cleared out. There we go. Now I would normally press this. I think I can get away with a bit of a finger press. So I'm going to do 1/4 of an inch twice, so about 1/2 an inch altogether. There we go.
Christine goes, oh dear, Christmas tree emoji.
Blame Michael. Blame Michael. He's the one who's bringing it up already. You haven't even had Valentine's Day yet.
He'll be here before we know it.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. You're doing Christmas this year.
Yeah.
Go.
Dawn is watching.
Oh, hi, Dawn.
And
This will be
Dawn's
a good one for you.
emoji is the new kitten.
Oh, Eddie! Eddie! We've got a little joke about Eddie. We used to live next to an Eddie. So if we hear the name Eddie and we say, Eddie!
It's okay, Link.
It's because we lived next to a family and the eldest boy was Eddie. And the family was a bit, how do I put it?
Not the brightest.
They weren't the brightest. They weren't the brightest.
But good people.
Very good. Oh, the best. They were really good. But you would often hear of an afternoon or an evening, Eddie! Get your butt over here! Following down the street because the kids were all playing outside. This is when Kaylee was a kid too, and they all used to play outside. And Eddie, he used to get into trouble.
He's a good kid.
He was a
good
kid.
But he just.
He was like a young Boris, actually. He looked like a young Boris.
He did look like a young Boris. he just. The lights were on, but nobody was home.
The wheel was spinning, but the hamster was dead.
Yes. Christine says, sorry, I missed the beginning. What are you making, please?
Oh, I am making a little girl's peasant dress. So I'm calling it the peasant dress. I'll show you. Oh, where'd they go? Where'd they go? Oh, they fell. So this is it I made earlier. This is it in a jersey. So it's just 2 raglan sleeves and a very simple body and a ruffle at the bottom. And then this is roughly, I haven't finished the neckline on this one yet. This is the fabric that I'm using now, which is a woven poplin.
Excuse me. Annette says, evening both and everyone. I would cancel Christmas if I could. Too much hassle and family politics.
Yeah, I did that last year.
Love this little dress you are stitching.
Yeah. And my hairdresser said, it's not cancelling, it is opting out. So it's a conscious opting out, which is a very, I did that last year. And it was a very stress-free.
Christine says that's a great dress for the summer.
Yeah, that's what and it is really quick to make and it's really easy and it only takes 1.5 meters of fabric. And there's so many pretty, like I said, I've done that one of jersey, but this is woven a poplin, so it's nice and light. And I have made something similar for Alice before, and then because the kids don't tend to fill out, they just go up. What she does is, or what Kaylee does is, she uses them as tops. So she'll put Alice in leggings, and then she'll have these as a top, or with shorts underneath. Because even though they're dresses, they do end up a bit short.
Diana is watching.
Oh, hi Diana. And then the best part, if you do it in a nice woven, once they are really finished with it and there's no more use out of the top for anybody in your family, or they can't pass it on, you can then use the woven cotton fabric for cut it up and do it for quilting.
And Christine says, or it could be used with leggings and a top underneath.
Yeah, exactly. I think they're nice. Kaylee really likes it when I make clothes for Alice. And I know Dawn's granddaughter really likes it when she has Nan made clothes too. There we go. So the sleeves are done, hemmed rather. And then with raglan, which I tend to do, I've got another jersey raglan pattern that I have made quite a few tops for Habu or dresses for Habu. And I should mark them, but I'm lazy and I don't pin. But the sleeves always have a short side and a long side. And the long side is the back, and the short side is the front. That's how I remember it. So you have to be careful when you're lining them up to make sure you've got the right one. There we go.
Karen is watching. Evening all. Sorry I'm late. Hope everyone is well.
Everything is much better. We're all much better. Thank you. I'm just trying to find my... Sorry, Link. My pins. I will pin this bit. I need to keep it in place. Now what I did on this one, the other one, was I actually finished all my seams on the inside with my overlocker, just to neaten them up. So I actually sewed them on this machine, and then I went over and I finished them up with the overlocker to make them a bit neater. So I might do that with this, but I'm going to do it on the machine for now.
Catherine says a couple of people on Sewing Bee put sleeves in backwards.
Oh, yes.
And Dawn says,
oh yes,
I need to get on and make some.
yes. And they are, I've made a couple of things. Might reach behind you, but I had a little bit of yeah, I'll get it. I had a little bit of a session last week. This is another pattern it's made for jersey, but I think if you made it bigger, it could be good. But this is one that I made for Alice last week for her birthday. And this will be, I've made quite a few of these ones as well. Very simple bodice. But again, when she gets big enough, it will be a top over leggings. And there is another. Oh yeah, I guess this one and that one. That's right. This was the only other one that I did. The great thing I like about children's clothes is that they're so quick.
Dawn says
so
that's
small.
cute.
Oh, thank you. Dawn, have you made anything on the overlocker yet?
Karen says that's cute.
Oh, thank you.
Dawn says, not yet. That's my next thing to do.
Okay. so there's that one. And then you can do, where is it? That's that here. Now I can sew the other sleeve to the front. So that's the short side, so that will go onto here.
Excuse me.
There we go. Where's my pin? Has anybody been watching the pottery throwdown? It's about the only thing that we've been watching live nowadays.
Well, we just got finished with Alice in Borderland.
Yeah. Yeah. All I'll say about that one, it's a Netflix program, is if you watch Squid Games and you like Squid Games, you might like it, but otherwise I wouldn't recommend it. Even my hairdresser didn't watch Squid Games. I think we're a bit more hardcore than we realise, Mella.
Catherine says, love Pottery Showdown.
Yeah. You like it when he cries.
Karen says, I sound rough. Yeah, I feel well. It's just I cannot seem to shake the cough or the congestion.
Yeah, long time. Well, you haven't been ill for a long, long time. You never get ill.
And to be fair, I wasn't really ill. I couldn't. I had a little bit of a sore throat, and this cough just doesn't want to seem to go away.
Okay, so I have sewn.
Christine says they are also talented.
Yeah, they are. They are. We tried it, didn't we? We tried a little bit of pottery. Didn't go so well. So I've got one sleeve onto the front, one onto the back. So now I need to, you'll have basically a piece that is back sleeve, front sleeve, back. So that should be onto there, I think. Let me see. Yep, that fits onto there.
Linda says hot lemonade and honey works wonders for coughs.
Oh, yes. I will definitely have it for a sore throat. Hot honey and lemon. There's just something comforting about hot honey and lemon anyway. And hot Ribena. My dad always gave me have us drink hot Ribena. I haven't had any this time around actually. Does anybody else have hot Ribena, or is that just a...
I don't think we have any Ribena.
No, we don't have any. Or is that just a Bradford thing? So I've got one bit, I've got a sleeve, and I've got a bit, so that's a back. So that needs to go onto there.
Diana says hot Ribena is comforting.
Yeah, okay, I'm not the only one then. It is nice. I guess the lemon sips, they do blackcurrant flavour, don't they?
Yeah, we have those.
I usually add a little bit of Ribena into those anyway, because they never taste quite quite right.
Karen says, "Oh no, hot Ribena sets her teeth on edge." No, no, no.
Oh, I didn't realise it was controversial.
Linda says, "Have been having Ribena hot as well. Cough was with for 6 weeks."
Oh. That's quite a while.
Yeah, the funny, I won't cough for hours and then just start coughing for 10 minutes and then stop. I don't know. Oh, well. The old gray mare and all that.
I know.
Margaret says, "I like spiced Ribena. Have you tried
Oh.
the sparkling Ribena with gin?"
Oh, now then. That's a thought. I haven't thought of that. Ooh. I might have to try that. So I do like the sparkling Ribena. Ooh. So we have a soda stream. So I can actually make my own sparkling Ribena. And have that with gin.
Karen says, "Oh no, that sounds nice."
Mmm. Okay. So I'm going to leave that as it is for now, only because I want to overlock these seams before I do the next bit. But the next bit would be to sew the side seams. So you've got your basic dress shape now. So you've got your sleeves in, front and back. Is to do the sides, which I will show next week. I don't know what time it is.
Margaret says it's delicious.
Mmm. It does sound really good. Now I'm going to start sewing the bottom ruffle. It's directional, so I've got to make sure my birds are all going the right way. I've got another little girl's pattern if you guys are interested, which is also on Etsy, but it is super simple. It is literally a bodice with elasticated neck with a ruffle and then tiers, so it is a really twirly dress. I might have to make another one of those.
Dawn says that's lovely fabric.
Oh, thank you. Should be, it's on the website. It's fabric from the shop, so, and it's poplin, so it's lighter than, it's not quilting cotton weight, it's lighter, which is nice. Nice.
Karen asks, "Where's the devil child tonight, Zelda?"
She was in the window a minute ago. Moida Mittens. She might come to us if we call her. Zelda? Zelda? Where's that Zelda? Zeldakins? Maybe. Zelda?
Dawn says, "Fab, thanks."
Yeah.
Christine says a French seam would look nice.
Oh, this is true. This is true. I've never tried a French seam curved. That's the only thing about the armhole, is that you have to curve it around. I should have done it on this bit, but it'll have to do. Oops. It'll have to do for now.
Diana says, "I think Zelda might be up to something."
Chances are good that she is. There. Now, I need to gather the top. So I'm going to do it the right way. So I have increased my stitch length as
Catherine asks, have you tried Bo Peach and his hibiscus gin? Our local Morrisons can't keep it in stock.
Ooh.
Diane says, good evening both. I'm a bit late to the party tonight.
Oh, no worries. That sounds delicious. Hibiscus gin. Mm. Well, I'm trying to be good tonight, so I don't have it tonight. That the one, was it last week I had? Or week before? I can't remember. Which was Dubonnet and M&S Sugar Plum Gin. That was delicious.
Christine says, do you think you can make the dress reversible?
Oh.
And Margaret says her fingerless gloves arrived.
Oh,
they
yeah.
are brilliant. Thank you for putting us onto them.
Yes, they are. I suppose you could. It would be heavier, so it wouldn't be like a light summer dress. It would obviously be lined if you did it reversible. I'm trying to think. You would almost have as much sewing to do, so I'm thinking maybe it'd be just as easy to just do two different ones. That makes sense. So when I do the gathering, I do half at a time, if that makes sense. So what I'll do is I'll pin this side seam to one of the side seams and the other side seam, and then I'll gather the front and I'll gather the back. So when I do the gathers, I've got separate strings rather than having one string that goes all the way around in case it breaks, or just to not put too much strain on. So what I'll do is I've got a nice long tail. So I've finished and I've got a nice long tail, and then I'm going to start again, and that will be my gather point.
Catherine asks, when are you back on Sewing Street?
Ooh, I am back on the 23rd of this month.
Diamond says, I'm cutting out with templates for a new quilt, and the pattern is telling me to cut a certain number of a template and then another number of reverse from the same template.
Oh.
All the fabrics are planes. Am I going mad for thinking they will be the same?
No, you're right. With the plain, it doesn't matter. If you can't tell one side or the other, then you can just cut them all the same. It's only if you've got a patterned fabric that has a right side and then a wrong side that you need to make sure you've got the mirror image. Otherwise, you can just cut them all the same and then flip them over to be, if they are plain and they are truly the same one side and the other.
Christine says, I was thinking if you were out and the dress got stained, you could just whip it around.
Oh, gotcha. Very practical. Open, so then I'll stop right where that one starts. Got a nice long tail. So I've done one.
Diamond says, thank you. I was starting to lose it.
Okay, yeah, no, they probably wrote that pattern to be used with multiple other fabrics. So if it was patterned, they just to cover, make sure you've got the right way. Yeah, so I've got one row of basting around the top already. Now I'm going to do another row, just this side of it. So I'm going to do it at 5/8. have seen other ways of doing this, but I still find this way works really well because it gives you an area in between the two basting lines where the fabric is gathered evenly, and you don't have to worry about any tucks or getting things not caught in properly. It's not too bad on this one because you've only got one thing to gather, but on the other dress where it is, you've got a ruffle that's gathered. Oh no, you don't, because actually that is just straight. So you've got gathers around the waist, and then another gather, and then another gather. So three tiers of gathering. And I do start to lose the will to live when I make those dresses. Nice long tails, and then I'm going to start the other side. What time is it?
Dark.
Bit. Oh, look at that Smokey. Look at the bear. Look at him. Oh, yes, he's a good kitty. You're such a good kitty. Yes, you are. Yes. Kind of want to get to the next bit, which is sewing the gathering on. So I think I will just get my overlocker down. Where did that go? You can't lose a bobbin. Maybe switch machines.
Christine says it's such an easy dress you could always start a production line.
You could. Oh, I can't reach that. There we go. Because everybody keeps their overlock on top of the fridge, right? Or is that just me?
It's okay.
I know, Link. I disturb you. I'm so sorry. Oop. Tangled. There we go. It's on. You'll need a new light. So when you're doing it with the overlocker with wovens, you do have to be careful. So I've already sewn this. I'm literally just going to tidy up the seam allowance. When I do those tiered ruffle dresses, and on this, oh, put it over there. Can you pass me that? There you go. I will use the overlocker to sew on the ruffles, so I've got a nice neat edge. But then what I'll do to reinforce that seam is do a row of top stitching, so it is sewn on with the machine as well. And the reason for that is when you sew a seam on the overlocker on a woven fabric, the seam isn't very strong, so you would never sort of make a tight-fitting garment with woven fabric and sewing it on the overlocker, because that seam is not going to hold. So it's only for jersey. You could do it with jersey, but for wovens, it is literally just for tidying up and neatening things up, not for strength. Well, there's Murder. She's behind you. There's Zelda. Hello, Zeldakins. Can you see us? Are you? That's one done. I'll leave that tail. Oh, no, I don't need to leave that tail, actually, do I? Sometimes I leave the tails so you can... Oh, jeez.
You alright, Link?
I think that was a sneeze.
It was a sneeze. You okay, Link?
Oh, poor thing. Look, what have you got our cold? There we go. That's two more. It also means we don't have to worry about, because the seam allowance is cut down, you don't have to worry about notches in the curves either. Oh, you're happy. You kicked your brother out. Last one. There we go. Okay, now let's bring back the other beast. There we go. Now I can do the side seams so that it actually looks like a dress.
Karen asks, have you been watching Happy Valley? It's the last one over on Sunday. I can't see it being a happy ending.
Yeah, that's why. No, I have watched previous. Actually, I've watched all the other series of it, series, but I just couldn't face it this time, because I remember the last one ended with a boat fire, and yeah, I just can't. I can't deal with the drama.
Catherine says Zelda looks like a proper little madam. I had tried one. I had one like that. She was hilarious.
She is. You are, aren't you? Yeah, you're a good girl. I know. Where's your brother? Poor brother.
Dawn says it's so good. Happy Valley.
Oh, yeah. I did like the other ones. I just can't face it at the moment. I might go back to it. So no spoilers. Especially if it's not going to be a happy ending.
Karen says it is gripping.
Yeah, I did enjoy the other seasons of it. It's just when, you know, the dad gets, you know, the bad guy, the Tommy guy, remains in the picture. I'm like, yeah. It's going to start looking a bit more like a dress in a minute. Careful,
Okay.
Link.
You alright, Link?
Careful. My boy. There we go. Now, put this away for now. Because all of the rest is going to be, well, next.
Christine says, I have them all recorded. Not sure if I will watch it. Don't like creepy or violent.
Link.
No, I think Link is saying that's it for the night.
You say that's it? Come on, my boy.
No, I think that's it, Mama.
Link.
No. We get part 2.
Come on. Gotta let you be your sister. Mister. Right, we just do those side seams. This bit I won't trim because I will thread it in, thread the tail in.
Karen says, I know what you mean. I can't believe the vicar from Grantchester can be so evil.
It's just wrong.
Catherine is saying, Link is saying if he fits, he sits. It's a good motto.
Is that what you say, Link? That's better. Now everything's nice and neat on the inside. This what I will do, I'll show you. This is what you do to all the tails. Hopefully I've left a long enough bit. I don't think I've left a long enough tail, so what I'll do is you sew it in just like you would I want to say knitting. Normally I would use a big wool needle, but I don't know what happened to mine. This has got a nice big eye at least.
Catherine says, I haven't watched Grantchester for ages. Not since old vicar left.
Oh. Is there a new vicar? Guess I haven't watched it for a while either. Come on. There we go. And then you just thread that through to neaten that off. Any overlocker. Got one. That's how you deal with the tails. That's been cut off. So now the ruffle I may not get to sew this bit on, but so I will pin this here, right sides together, and yeah.
Karen says I was sad when you left, but the new vicar has grown on her.
Oh, I guess we haven't watched it since there's been a new vicar then, because I only know the guy who's in Happy Valley as the vicar. Oh, maybe, I don't know. Well, didn't he fall in love with somebody or something?
I don't know.
I don't remember. It's been so long. Right, so I'm going to put a pin here. And then a pin on this side. There we go. Just lining up those seams.
Catherine says might find it on catch up. Is the police detective the same?
Oh, Robson. So I'm going to take both the tails that go from the sewing that's on this side and then pull them together. Hopefully, there we go. It will start to gather. So I'm going to leave that gathered like that.
Karen says yes, it's still Robson green.
Oh, okay. So I'm going to start gathering from the other side, but to secure this bit, so I've got both my tails, and what I'll do is just run it around the pin so that I know that isn't going to go anywhere. So that's not going to come loose. And I'll start gathering from this side. The aim is to get this gather the same length as the bottom of the skirt. Let's see. It's almost a little bit more. A little bit tighter. Let's see. Is that about the same length? Maybe a little bit too much. So loosen it off. More.
Karen says I do that too when gathering. Wrap the thread around the pin.
Yeah, just mix it so it doesn't come undone. And then when you're evening it out, so that's the length I want. But now I've got to get all these gathers even. So there's not any bits that are more ruffled than others. This is the part that's time consuming. Looks fairly even. just gonna clip it. There we go. This makes it nice, so then I'll sew. I'm actually going to do it on the overlocker, but I'm going to aim for sewing right in between that. Those two lines of gathers, and that'll keep it nice and even. And then it's just a matter of taking the basting stitches out. So I'll do that on the other side as well, and then that'll be ready for, and I will probably in the meantime hem up the bottom. So next week I will do sewing on the skirt and doing the top stitching and doing the finishing up the neckline, which has elastic in it. So this will be a twofer. Oh, that needs to be a bit more gathered right there. There we go. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, so that's it. Hope you enjoyed that.
And just thank you to Joanne and Mum Maureen if they're watching on Catch Up. Thank you for the birthday card. It's very thoughtful. Appreciate it. It's very nice too. Thank you.
Yes, we both like it. Yes, thank you very much. And yeah, so I'll finish that next week.
Diamond S, would you do a demo on knotting and bearing threads when you do free motion quilting on little projects? I can't get my head around it.
Yeah.
And Karen says, I still see Batty as going strong.
Yeah. Yeah, he's still with us. This is Batty 2. There's Batty original in the toy box. But this is the one that is no-go that Habu still likes to play with because she likes the pink stabbies. Yes, I will. So after, remind me next week, and then the week after I will do some free motion. We can do a little bit of free motion. Yeah, that'd be fun. I haven't done that for a little while actually. I like to do it on it's nice to do it on little postcards, make little postcards. Yeah, so that's that for now, and then we'll finish that off next week. Thanks for joining. Have a good weekend, and we'll see you next Friday. Bye.
Good night all.